You can refer to this performance. Okay, so this is your first test that you took, and in this you did your listening, reading, writing, and speaking, all the sections, right?
No, sir.
Let's start with
Listening and reading.
listening and reading. Yeah, I told you to do listening and reading only. So how much did you score in listening in your first attempt?
I scored well. On 2 or 3 are the incorrect answers by my.
Okay, well, that is good, which means you scored like 37 out of 40.
Yes, sir.
Well, that is good performance. I mean, considering this was your first test. So let me just share the screen and let us just put down a few points here with regard to your first test. So this is your first test of listening. In listening, how much did you score? You said you
37.
scored 37 out of 40, right? This is good performance, man. I mean, you did it without break or you kind of took some...
Some time. I have to work on the time.
Okay, which means you listen to the same audio like twice or
Two or,
thrice?
yes, sir. 3 times. Sir.
Oh, okay. You listened to it 3 times, but then eventually you scored 37 on 40.
Yes, sir.
Take the same test once again.
Okay.
Test once again. And what I want you all to do in addition to this is that you go to the book. This is your listening book. I'll show it to you quickly. So here we go with the book. There is something called as the audio scripts at the end. Did you get to see them?
Yes, sir.
Did you read that?
Yes, sir.
You read the scripts at the end, like the same thing which is spoken is shown in the form of some text. I mean, in the form of scripts. So if you read it, you clearly understand what exactly was the question. Did you do that?
No, sir. No. That was I haven't gone through.
Okay. Let me show it to you. And I want you to do this today. And this is important from the perspective of understanding how to improve your listening skills. Where do I go? So, Cambridge Books. Hold on. This one. Yes. Yeah, so here we go. This is the book you are referring to right now. What I want you to do is, like, if this is the book, this is the test you did, book 9, test 1, right?
Yes, sir.
And these are some standard books. These are the best. Actually, these are old test papers themselves, right? What you are doing is an old test paper. So this has come at some point in time in the IELTS exam. Okay, so it makes sense to use authentic study material. All right. So this is the test. Let's say you went wrong on some questions. Let's say question number 30. Okay. So at the end of the book, I'll like at random go to, let's say, page number 160. Let me see what's there. So these are the answers here. It means before this, the scripts should be there. So at the end, let me look at 140. What is there? Yeah, so these are the transcripts. Yeah, pretty much at the end of the book, you'll find the transcripts. Okay, and these transcripts are actually the written version of what was spoken there, right? And it
The
gives you
of the listening section.
of the listening section. So whatever was spoken is written here. So I think this is, if you just read it, you will know. Okay, good evening, King's Restaurant. Good evening. I'm ringing about the job. I understand you have vacant. Oh, yes. I would like to find out a few more details, if I may. Remember, this was the first section?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let's say you went wrong on question 30. Which questions were incorrect? Tell me. 30. You said you scored 37. So, which questions were incorrect?
24 and 28, 29.
24, 28, and 29. So, 24 is this. That's a pity, you know. Although I was pleased with my presentation, I'm not so pleased with my actual performance right now in the tutorials. So this is what this gentleman says, that he was happy with presentation, but he is not happy with actual performance in the tutorials. Why? During the whole semester, I have not said anything. So he or she, whoever this guy is not getting a chance to speak. So that is what is making this guy a little unhappy with the whole thing, right? So this is the transcript, and I'll just take you to the question now. Probably it's on page number 10 or somewhere, a little earlier than that, I think. What is the system asking me to do? Change default. Okay, got it. Why should it be interrupting? Okay, let me go to page maybe 5. Yeah, here it is. So this is, which question number was that?
24.
34.
24, 24.
24. Okay, so 24 is pretty much this one. How does Spyros feel about his performance? So this guy was something like a, I mean, he was speaking in Japanese accent, remember?
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah, his English was not like Singaporean English kind of stuff. Okay, so not very happy, really pleased, very confident. Oh, absolutely, he's not very happy, right?
Very happy.
He's not really pleased, not very confident. Why? Because, so this is very indirect. I didn't feel any real sense of satisfaction. Satisfaction can very well be called as not happy, right?
Not happy.
So yeah, not very happy is the right answer there. Which one was the next question which you got wrong?
28.
28. So if you go to 28, now how to understand this? See, you have already done the test. Now it is time to go to the transcripts. So you can check your answers to these transcripts. What is happening here? But I did so much reading anyway. I don't think there is any time left over for anything extra. My reading speed is still quite slow. So that's the underlying portion. And on this, there is a question. So his reading speed is quite slow. So let's see what is the question. 28 says, what does this guy think of his reading speed? Reads faster, still takes him long time to read, of course. Tends to struggle with new vocabulary, we don't know. B is the answer. Yeah?
Yes, sir. But I chose C.
Yeah, because vocabulary is not specifically mentioned there.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's about speed. My reading speed is still quite low. Not that, and they do talk about vocabulary also. Look at this. Though I'm much better at dealing with vocabulary than I used to. Look at this, how they confuse you. They gave you a context of vocabulary saying that now he's good at vocabulary. So vocabulary is not really the cause that his speed of reading is slow. In general, this gentleman is slow.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Which other question was there?
29.
29. And remember, this is what it will be. They'll always give you this kind of dodge. You have to be a little careful about what they are speaking. And listening to these transcripts would actually transform the whole game. You will now be able to, quickly get what you are saying. It will be useful for you. All right. Okay. So the next question was question number 29, you said. Yeah. What is happening here? Let's see question 29. So 29 said, what is Hiroko's subject area? So what is his subject area? Let's look at this. That's true, Spiros, but what we read could have been different sometimes. Sometimes in English class, I felt frustrated when I had to read articles about environment or health or education because I wanted to concentrate on my own field, but we didn't read anything about engineering. So he is cribbing about environment and health and da 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 because his own field is engineering. And in these English books, there is no discussion about engineering. It's all about different context. So the question was pretty much what was his area, which is engineering. So you have to understand the question and the context a little better.
Yes, sir.
And I can tell you this, Manju, if you work on your listening, your accent will improve, your reading skills will improve, your focus and concentration will improve. To a great extent, your writing and speaking will also improve, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Because you would understand how to organize ideas, how to make a story out of something, isn't it? It's,
Sir,
it's
I have
like,
a question with you.
yeah.
In speaking section,
Mhm.
do accent affect the results?
So you are supposed to speak in neutral accent, but in general, if you are speaking in English, why should you not speak in English in proper accent, isn't it? Like, all of us have some impact of our regional accent in our speaking, but then why should we not try to speak like the native speakers as much as possible? I mean, not because we want to imitate or copy someone, but just out of our own respect. You know, we respect our language, which is Hindi or whatever native language we have. Similarly, uh, an Englishman, a native English speaker would respect his language. So if a word is not spoken properly, he or she might get hurt. Yeah. So from the perspective of showing our respect towards the language, why should we not make some efforts to speak it properly? Not that we would be copying a Brit or an American, and we don't need to, just that we want to speak English in the correct way. I think that's the biggest reason than any other reason. Marks and all are secondary, isn't it? And of course, there is an impact. I mean, if you, there is a girl who scored like 8.5 bands, 9 bands, all of these people who score high bands in speaking speak flawless English. It could be neutral pronunciation, but then it's not greatly impacted by regional tones and dialects and the way they are spoken. So you should not really be very concerned about it. But then in your subconscious, if you are a little um, considerate about this fact, and if you just take accent into consideration, you know, when so you would automatically become a little more cautious towards the pronunciation of words, and you won't have to make great efforts to change your accent. Well, I should not say change, but improve your accent, isn't it?
I think if we go with the accent, we think a little longer.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, keep it in your background. I mean, don't think about it. Let it happen naturally. See, like you don't have to become a perfect speaker in one day. All I'm saying is just be a little conscious about it. I mean, yeah, just making sure that so basically what you should do is this. Whenever you are listening to some native speaker, just pay attention to the tone, the intonation, the way the words are pronounced. That's it. Yeah. Automatically your subconscious will catch it and you will start speaking like that, isn't it? I never used to speak the way I'm speaking right now. I am raised in a very Hindi environment, although I did work with some multinationals. But then accent was not really a part of any coaching or any education I got. So it was because I used to hear all this content
It
and
is
I got an opportunity to teach some
it is only that
Americans.
what we
But I,
listen, what we
hmm,
and what that is that.
yeah, your environment has a very strong impact on you. So sometimes you just have to leave it to the environment. Change your environment and you will change your personality, you will change your thinking, you will change everything, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So you don't have to do any effort, just have to change your environment a little bit. Like, for example, if you simply do one listening test every day, after 10 days, automatically your accent would change, isn't it? Just do
Yes.
listening tests. One more thing I can suggest is 6 minutes English. So that is again a very, very important thing and very useful resource. 6 minutes English, BBC, 6 minutes English. Can you spend 6 minutes to improve your English every day?
Yes, sir.
Just 6 minutes. So go to this, simply go to YouTube and write down 6 minutes English. 6 minutes English. That's it. You'll get it. So this is a fantastic resource. You know, you get hundreds of videos.
My job is to make college easy because students have a lot.
Yeah. So this is what it is.
6 minutes English from BBC.
So if you go to these resources and you know, just don't use many resources, just one or two. That's it. like 6 minutes English and these listening tests. All right. So I think what you should do today is do this test once again so that you'll understand the structure
Okay.
and read the transcript. So do the test again.
So, this
Same
time
test.
try to listen only one time.
Huh?
This time I will try to listen only one time.
Yeah, this time try to listen to it only once. And yeah. So do this test and do one more test then. Do one more test.
Listening test to
Yeah, test two.
same book.
Do test two. Yes. Same book.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's focus on listening. You did reading also, right?
Yes, sir.
Leave reading for the time being. It's fine. How much did you score in reading, by the way?
I scored 4.
Hmm?
I scored. I have done only passage 1.
Okay.
13 questions.
13 questions. And out of 13, how much did you score?
12.
12.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that is a good score, man. But you might have taken a little extra time.
Yes, sir. I have to read it whole.
Oh, that's fine. This was that William Henry Perkin or which one?
William Henry.
Oh, okay, okay. So this is good score. We'll look at reading separately, but like today, I want you to just work on listening, do the listening test, read the transcript for both of these tests. And tomorrow then we'll discuss about reading and a few tips related to reading. By that time, you can also go through some tutorials which I have sent you in Thinkific. So all those recorded tutorials of listening and reading. So this is what I want you to do. Number 1, redo the test. Number 2, do one new test. This is all about listening, right?
Yes.
And number 3, tutorials of listening and reading from the online resource.
Okay.
These are 3 things I want you to do. I'll send it to you in WhatsApp also. Yeah, so, slowly and slowly, I want you to develop this proficiency in one section at a time, and then we can go about the rest of the things. All right?
Sure, sir.
So, yeah, please do this. And tomorrow again, we'll meet at the same time. For a few days, I'll be taking one-to-one classes for you like this. And then I'll put you in the group once you are done with at least 1 to 2 tests. Then we will go in the group. All right?
Okay.
So do this, and tomorrow again at the same time, we'll connect and we'll take it forward.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Take care, Manchu.
Take care, sir.